right, Merry Christmas. This year, instead of a traditional centerpiece that we've all done 10 million times, I decided to do something completely different. And this I love because I've been doing all this work lately, trying to show off the actual inside of the vase and not see the stems and just make things more fun. And it's so easy to do because all I do is dump stuff in there and it seems to work. In this case, of course, we use the gold balls and pine cones and all those kinds of things. And what else did I use here? Oh, gold pears. And this actually is an Advent wreath. So I used I'm gonna take this off, a 6-inch wreath. There you go. So you can have this on a table. You don't have to use a great big vase. You could just have this sitting on the table, just like that for somebody, and that would be perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I wanted to kick it up a notch for the calendar, so we just took that and put it on there, and then just tuck that in there because I liked having a little bit of mounding in the middle. Again, just to bring in some depth to the arrangement. So overall, it turned out really nice. I'm going to show you how to make this because again, it's just really simple and just following the form. It just can't be easier than that. All right, so this won't take us long at all. So now we're going to assemble the Christmas arrangement. And because this vase is so large, I didn't want to fill it up with a whole bunch of bimbles and baubles. So we just did a little bit of cheating. Don't tell anyone. We just took like a dry block of foam, cut it in half, and put it in the middle. So that way you don't have to fill in the middle, you can just fill around it and no one's none the wiser. All right, so I got this nice box of stuff. And I literally just dump it. I don't want the red in there this time. Sometimes I put red in, but I think, nah, I'm gonna put red in. What the heck? It's Christmas, you need red. All right, so just make sure that when you do this, your foam's not showing. So sometimes you gotta go in, shove it all the way down there like that little pear, take that pear out, put something else in. Maybe add some more pine cones because 'tis the season. Now that's done. I've been pre-soaking a 6-inch wreath and we just slap it on top. So far everybody could do this. And then we add in our candles. Now we use the candle holders because you don't want to just put this in, they're going to fall out. It's going to compromise the foam and your foam's going to fall apart, which has happened to some people that I know. Never me. All right, so then we're going to make these candles even and put 4 in for Advent. Again, you don't have to have it on here. You could have it sitting on your Christmas table. There we go, so that's that. Now we're going to put in some greens. So we just got a little bit of a base there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use about a dozen carnations. And I'm going to put 4 and 4 here to start. And if you want to fill in after, go right ahead. You have to make sure you do the inside of the wreath because they are looking at it from all angles, especially if it's sitting on a dinner table somewhere. Some guy from the other side is going to say, ew, look at that ugly foam. We don't want that. No ooze allowed when it comes to flowers. And we can fill in the rest and make it look pretty later. With this narrow of a wreath, you do not want to be taking flowers out and poking it in because it will compromise your foam again. And again, it will fall apart. And that's not fun for Christmas either. Okay, so now we're going to do some roses. I got some beautiful cherry loves here, big ones, and I'm only going to use 4 of each, I think. Because with these big, huge things, you really don't need to use a whole bunch. And as we all know at Christmas, it's not so much about the flowers, unfortunately, it's about all the beetle baubles. Pine cones. And I do tend to use a lot of cinnamon sticks too. You can put cinnamon sticks in the bottom of your container. Use whatever you want. It's only limited to your imagination. Okay, actually I think that's enough cards too, so we won't use the 12, we'll use the 8. All right, and then I just take some of the Christmas balls. You could use red, you could use silver. I'm pretty much prone to the gold because of the bottom. Use whatever you want. There's really no wrong way of designing in this case, as long as it looks pretty. And it's kind of hard to make flowers look ugly. At least I find it is. All right. This guy. Put him in proper. There we go. And I like to fill up the middle. So I'm going to take a few of these ball things and just have the pear there. Only because it just adds depth, as I was saying earlier. Great, and then you can take the rest of your stolen greens, which actually makes me laugh, but okay. Do what you gotta do. I even had a little bit of eucalyptus in my store, so I just cut tiny little bits off and put them in. Eucalyptus is a fantastic green to use at Christmas time because it's got that beautiful color, kind of similar to the blue spruce. And the aroma of it really blends nicely with the rest of the Christmas greens. Love Christmas. I get to go home smelling like a Christmas tree every year. And FYI, that orange soap that mechanics use gets off the sap from the white pine really well. Designing from the back again. Apologize for the back of my head. And just keep going. Now, another thing that you can do, if you can't find them, I love at Christmas using nuts because, of course, they're all over the grocery store. They're inexpensive to use, and you can make your own. You don't need to buy them on a stick and spend all that money on nuts on a stick. So you just go out, get your nutmeg, get a walnut, get whatever, pecans in a shell, whatever, and just glue them on to a stick, a wire, a wood pick, anything like that. And you can make your own, and it really just costs way less and takes absolutely zero time. And you can incorporate those as well. Almonds are beautiful because they have sort of a natural golden looking shell on them. Easy as pie. I think even my little guy could do this. He's a pretty good designer. He's only 7, but he's good. Alrighty, and you just keep going and going until you're happy. And at the end of the day, you can have lots of different options for this. You don't need to make it so big. Again, if you want to do the idea of the stuff inside the container, you can go ahead and use a 6x6 container. Perfect. All right, so we'll just finish it off. And we'll use some of the gold branches you can get at your wholesaler. And just set it in just for a little bit of added interest because we do have a lot of gold in the vase. I tend to like to bring what's in the container up into the arrangement, and you don't want to have a lot of it because a little goes a long way. That's why you can spend a little money on these branches, and this branch, gosh, could probably make at least 6 to 8 arrangements. So don't go spending all your hard-earned dollars on inventory and buy all these branches that you want to sit on. You really just want to buy a little bit. Because again, it is about moving your fresh flowers and coming up with ideas to incorporate what people want, which is the Christmas greens and all the bling, and what we want to do, which is sell flowers. So it's a good compromise. All right, and I believe that is everything. It's that easy. You can go home, have fun, use carnations if you don't want to use roses because it'll last through the season. You can use your mums that you have, whatever you want. Your imagination is pretty much up to you. All right, thanks and Merry Christmas.